Hello, and welcome to Blood City, a Chicago by Night Chronicle. If you've been following us for some time, actually had some interesting things transpire last time. Bree has decided that they will be taking up the Elder Kindred on a cash bet that they can earn money. Sparkles, our famous mated stock animal, today out. However, we now have a fantastic new member, Amber, playing Harley. I am David Tveraas, your storyteller. I will now allow each of the players to introduce themselves. I'll start with Nigel. Tell us about yourself and Father O'Shea.
Well, I'm Nigel Sanford, or Nubs the Zombie in the chat. I will be playing the Irish priest, Lasombra, who apparently got volunteered into a fight club. So that's going to be
Interesting. Hey, Zook, tell us about yourself and Dr. Joseph Murray.
Good evening, everyone. I am Dr. Joseph Murray. Something we should add about this bet real quick is we're not allowed to use Harry's money. So we just got to remember that as
Bummer.
we go. Yeah, I know. It's gonna make it that much harder. I'm a doctor. I'm a surgeon at one of the local hospitals, and I like blood.
Now that's Harry. How about you? Bogdan, like
I'm
tell
Harry.
Us about yourself.
I play Bogdan. I do like blood, and I am the Salubri Cat in chat and on YouTube. So I'm a Toreador.
And our new coterie member, Amber, tell us yourself, Charlie. Where your character's going?
Hi guys, my name is Amber Lynn. In the chat, I am the Rebel Selkie, and I play Charlie, a Toreador. I guess we'll kind of see where she's going. She's an undead artist, and it'll be interesting to see how she gets pulled into all this nonsense.
And this night feels unlike most. Day sleep brought all four of you with fantastical nightmare. Dream of mad creatures running in the dark. Blood, which normally would stoke you to hunger, drive you to fear that it all might be poisoned. See a Chicago without any residents, as if it was a ghost town. Ran out. Nothing left. Ravenous creatures. Duke, Dr. Joseph Murray, your character, has a most intense version of this. Seen all your coterie members lying dead, sucked dry. Brings forth some sort of. Could you describe what emotion you would feel in this instant?
Well, I imagine the first emotion would be to be fear. To see an entire city of Chicago, one of the largest cities, completely void of life is and then tainted blood around. That's not good emotions to have for a vampire, doctor, or anything that could represent so many different things. Then to see my coterie all dead around me, it seems like some sort of end game, if you know what I mean.
So, you all awake. Please make a rouse roll. Rousing yourself. Night.
And just for the record, I'd like to applaud whoever came up with the name Rouse Roll with a straight face.
Yep.
get some really good dice on this roll. I just hope it keeps up.
Amber, were you able to find what part of the character sheet is that guy?
Bottom left.
Yeah, very bottom left, last thing on the page. Under core on the first tab.
You know, after my roll beating Tally last game, I think my luck is running thin. So if I get a rouse roll that goes good, I'm happy.
Yeah, Harry missed it last week. I don't think anybody rolled more than like a 2 on any.
Until I really need it.
Oh, that's right. You had one where you rolled like super high.
Yeah, against Tally.
Yep.
For our audience, we are using dice system. 5 rules set in it. Character sheet that follow. I highly recommend the product there. At 0 successes? Okay, it looks like one thing you have to remember if you're somebody else setting up this guy is whenever someone character sheet, you have a guy.
Yeah, her die came up as a 5.
Yes. Failure, and you not that big. 4 at 1. You could eat. Okay, I believe I named. Since you are the only one, does Charlie want to this evening? Or are you? I don't have any audio.
I think I'm going to hold off for now, see where this goes.
And have we arranged how the Charlie knows anybody in?
Drop the ball
No, I
on
don't
that.
believe so.
I didn't catch any of that.
No, I don't believe we actually arranged that.
Well, if you're a fan of jewelry, you probably know Bogdan. If you are Catholic, you probably know me. Or if you've buried people recently. And if you're been to the hospital, you probably know the doc over there.
Or Sparkles if she's been to the movies.
Or he's a coke fiend.
Or a coke fiend. Or should we want to Leia's friend? Well, I guess those aren't really vampires, though.
Those are superheroes.
Well, anyway, let's go to Bogdan. You've been away a couple nights, possibly taking care of the new touchstone unit, making that connect. How has that fared for you?
I'd like to say I think it's gone pretty well so far. Done my best to get them out of their crappy situation, move them somewhere safer, get the kids enrolled in school, all that stuff, take care of debts and all that.
Bogdan, you're a good man. Anyway, let's say Charlie is artist. Let's set the stage in a new museum. Since you've all achieved membership to the Velvet a couple weeks, Sparkles is having fun with her new toy. Decided not to come tonight. those who are unfamiliar with the city story so far, Sparkles animated her stuffed animal, Unculus. Ceremony. Blue velvet, got a smooth jazz. Baby chorus, currently the band. Trying out some of their new stuff. Club is very spacious now with a gorgeous fountain made out of gold, topped with a jeweled pyramid. Fountain trickles red substance. Not many people pay any heed to the fountain, however. All the kindred of the night are still satiated by what's provided at the bar. Charlie, since you have been hungry a little bit, I'd imagine that's where they could find you at this very moment. The rest of you probably figure out how you can start your plans to double your money. The floor is now yours.
Well, one thing's for sure, we have to update Bogdan on everything that occurred when he left, so we're probably doing that over, shall we say, drinks.
All right.
Go ahead and
Care to do so, Zook?
Yeah, sure. All right, so 2 weeks ago, we were helping a lovely couple who are having a spat about who was musing who harder, I guess you could say. One was a musician, the other was a sculptor, and they felt like they were being used, I guess, but not appreciated, I kind of feel like. And then the other one felt like he could only be mused by the other. I don't know. It was very confusing. Relationships are hard. Get over it. That's all I know to say. And then last week, we had... Oh, what was last week?
I went toe-to-toe with Tally the Elder.
Yeah, we had to go...
Yikes. How'd that go for you?
As the children say, I yeeted myself out of there.
Sounds about right.
But I did get him on the quick draw. So I think might have a... He might have a chip on his shoulder when it comes to me.
Impressive.
More frightening.
So did I hear something about doubling your money?
Yes. Our good friend Sparkles got us into a bit of a bet with one of the Primogen, who said that we have to double $10,000 in the course of a week. And we cannot we cannot steal it. We cannot use your money specifically. Apparently he's familiar with you.
Yeah, why the fuck did you take this deal?
Honestly, I cannot say.
Well, we were getting a boon out of it, which was kind of nice.
Unless we fail.
Well, then we owe a boon. Oh, and it's one of the prince's friends.
Oh, all right.
So it's not like some dude just came up to us and was like, "Hey, do this." I mean, it kind of was, but at the same time.
Okay. I think this is a bad idea, but it seems to be the situation we've gotten ourselves in, so...
Yeah.
How can I...
Well, as I was telling the dog earlier, I had the idea of maybe running a fight club or something. Everyone pays to get in, the winner takes the prize. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't.
I guess?
So, could the three of you, Dr. Joseph Ray, Bogdan, and Father O'Shea, make a wits awareness check?
Two
Twos
successes.
for everyone. Oh, there we go.
Where do you go, Bogdan?
Good roll to start off the night.
Now, whether you intended to or not, Charlie has been sitting near enough where you heard this entire conversation. And Bogdan notices this.
What do you want?
Well, I don't suppose it's about what I want, but rather what you need. It sounds like you are in a bit of a bind, if I may say so.
Yeah.
To say the least.
Now, I'm curious, gentlemen. Do you really believe that opening a pit and just having each other pummel each other to death, or whoever else tends to step into this, is really going to mend your situation?
I don't at all. I think we need to establish some kind of money laundering operation, some way we can maybe make some dirty money, clean it, then get it back to this.
Well, I think the rules only specify no stealing it or no robbing, so that would probably be fine.
Aye, that it did. And Fight Club does work, but it's a bit chancy. We used to do it up in Derry all the time. Every now and then somebody would get kicked in the Kegels and you'd lose a fight you'd never anticipated.
Yeah.
But what are you suggesting, new person, friend? New person, friend?
I don't necessarily know if I have a suggestion other than I am not necessarily the biggest fan of people throwing each other around a ring. I feel like the money laundering seems to be a better idea, if I may give my opinions, that is. Another option is to find someone who's owed money, maybe offer them up a deal. It sounds like, I don't know, it sounds like you guys, I am just coming into this, obviously, so I feel like maybe perhaps you have a history that I'm not aware of, but I would, if I had a suggestion, just from my own personal experience, find someone with old money that you can do a favor for. Ends up becoming a third degree, but...
David, is there a roll we can make to know if we know of any people with old money, old criminal ties in the city? I mean, as a player, I know, but...
Yeah, there's a couple rules you could make. For criminal ties, it'd be more streetwise. It's just somebody who, let's say, necessarily above the law. That would be more of a politics.
All right.
Okay.
Intelligence politics?
That could work for just your body and knowledge.
All right. That's 3 successes.
I got 2 on the criminal.
All right, and the intended goal of what you're looking for, somebody who might need a job done. Is that right?
Essentially, Lord,
Yeah.
I think I know what lore sheet we just ran into.
Yeah, you might know a guy. Chicago Kindred. Although it's been long past mortal notice. But the Capone gang, Al Capone's former, it still runs these nights as Kindred. They often do odd jobs, place bets, that sort of thing. That's a potential money-making scheme. They've got schemes galore. laundering, robbery, what have you. Just come up with a crime. They've got their hands.
It probably just means we gotta find a job that pays 10K in a week.
Well, if we're looking for something dirty, then the Capones happen to be running things a little bit sans pulse, if you catch my drift.
Old money's old money. 10K's a drop in a hat for someone like them.
I suppose.
And we do have 10K. He gave us 10K, so we just got to double that. So we do have resources if need to.
Aye, we can use that as seed money into something.
Agreed. The only problem is any investment that would double our money would take too long. How long exactly do we have?
We have a week.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's a problem.
Yeah.
You know, on the other hand, if we do make friends with the Capones, that might actually give us people to watch our back in a pinch, especially with Tally gunning for us and all.
That's a very good point. Does anyone know any of the Capones?
I don't. I only know of them.
All right.
Would I have known if any of the Capones have made it to any art openings I've been a part of? Anyone kind of hanging out in the background?
It's possible. But here's the other. Have any politics or streetwise?
I have exactly one in politics.
You know somebody you might know. One of your art dealers has been known for using art to launder. You probably think that if they haven't worked with the Capones before, they probably know something. Juliet Stevens.
Well, my friends, if you could give me a moment, I may actually know someone who can get us in contact with a Capone. I'm not sure how far down the ladder they are, but if I could take a step aside and call someone.
What a stroke of luck.
Oh, God works in mysterious ways.
My darling, I am in the art scene. Art is nothing but a stroke of luck.
I thought it was a stroke of a brush on a canvas.
Strokes, swipes, it's all the same thing. So if you can give me a moment and I kind of take a step aside with my cell phone and start calling someone.
Take a step away from the cell phone. My clan of vampires disrupt technology.
So should I take several steps aside with the cell phone?
It's really just overly dramatic. I mean, we play it up a bit, but as long as I'm not holding it, it's not affected.
Okay, so, you just pull out the cell phone within the club, or do you take yourself from the self minds? While not forbidden is looked down upon.
I would probably say, just for the sake of privacy, I'd probably take a step outside the club before pulling my cell phone out of my jacket and giving someone a call.
Oh, hi, Charlie. If I haven't heard from you in a while. How's the art?
Oh, you know how it goes. Rolling with the punches, swiping with the brushes. I've got this brilliant idea I want to talk to you about down the road. But I'm actually curious as to if you can give me a hand with someone, my love.
Of course, anything for you. Can I help you?
So at my last show in October, you know, the one with the gemstones and the naked women, there was this really interesting, really fascinating person who was hanging out, and I was hoping to get his number, and I was just really hoping you could get me in contact with them. And I believe that they are from an old money family, which, as you know, my love, that would mean more money for you, more money lining my pockets, more art to keep the brushes clean and the keys clacking, per se.
Oh, that sounds lovely. And yes, I do remember that event. Phenomenal, breathtaking, in fact. But I'm not sure who you're speaking about.
So I believe that they are actually from an old family. I believe they were using the last name Capone, but I feel like everyone these days uses the last name Capone just to kind of drop a name in. You know how that goes. I believe if they would have signed in, they would have signed in under that name just to, you know, I guess drop a hint. Do you have any records of that or any way I could get a hold of them? Maybe they left a card. They were really, really interested in the one piece, and I'm just hoping to, you know, see if I can help them with anything or even get a commission out there.
Could you please make a subterfuge edition check? That just go down to the skills and dice next to some. Ask you to. The added bonus if you have a specialty.
Did that go through? I didn't get a telltale clunk. Let me try one more time. I do apologize. My computer's got a mind of its own today.
Juliet ponders. She absolutely wants to trust you, however, she will be a bit guarded. Very far when you're dealing in the underworld, openly talk about things, even with your friends. Success. Oh, oh, darling. Not sure that's actually deal with. You're looking for a Capone. Tip for the future, Charlie. Don't trust anybody who actually that last. I think I know who you want to speak with. Give you the name Eddie Wu. Talk to gentleman. Should be able to straighten you out. Feelings engage in.
How can I find this person?
That is an interesting question. How soon would you like to speak with him?
Oh, as soon as possible. The sooner I can get a hold of someone, the quicker I can work. You know how that goes, my love.
Well, since we've had such great dealing, I believe I'll be able to. You'll be receiving a call. Less than 5 minutes. This all you speak to me about?
Oh, of course, that's just for now, my sweetheart. Thank you so much for everything. You are a brilliant light in the night. You are amazing. Thank you so much for everything you do for me.
You're quite welcome, my. Have a wonderful night.
Kisses.
So during this conversation,
I'm trying to find loopholes to the rule that they can't use my money, but I'm not finding any.
Yeah, if we just launder your money, I still think that doesn't count, sadly.
Yeah.
get it. My money's how I always win. I just money, win. That's it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's the best discipline.
I wonder, we could let you borrow the money, go to a racetrack, bet on every single horse, and then when everyone wins, that's the money we actually lent you, and you just give it back to us with the winnings.
Oh, that is so ridiculous. Technically, we win, but that's ridiculous.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
Yeah, it's a huge waste of money, too.
And also, it's using my money.
Yeah, I guess. All right.
Is it still your money if we take it?
No, that's robbery then. We can't do robbery.
Damn it. Well, not if it's embezzling.
Isn't that just robbery with paperwork steps?
Yeah.
All right.
Suddenly, Harley's phone starts to buzz.
Hello, this is Charlie.
I heard you were looking for me.
Am I to presume this is Mr. Wu?
You could presume. What do you...
Well, to be frank, I have a infested party who is interested in meeting with a Mr. Capone.
I don't think.
Are you sure? I was made quite clear that you may have a little bit of information, at least, about someone with that name.
One I know of. Any Chicago gangster.
Oh, but Capone is such a common last name. I'm sure he had cousins, maybe a distant aunt, someone along those lines.
So is it genealogy?
Perhaps.
Are you looking for a long-lost relative, or of business?
Business, I assure you.
We can do business. But what kind of business are you? What could you say your occupation is?
Well, my personal occupation is an artist of several different varieties, but I'm actually reaching out on behalf of a couple of associates of mine. We may have a business venture of sorts that we would like to approach this person about.
I'm afraid I'm not looking for any tasks. So many of.
Are you insinuating that you are the Capone in question, sir?
I'm not insinuating anything. Simply have many things to do. These nights are busy.
Well, perhaps my associates and I would be able to give you a hand. I can assure you that we are very talented in several ways, and we have done several business ventures of our own. Maybe we can meet for a meeting.
Well, I'm always looking for blood. I'm often short-handed in these. Meet me for 5th Avenue. In about... I won't wait.
Is there a specific building I should be looking for?
Hands up on you.
Nice guy.
We have a meeting. That's probably the best we're going to get out of this. Are you three ready?
As ready as I'll ever be.
God willing.
All right, smoke 'em if you got 'em. Father, if you know any prayers.
Hi. And I pull out a whiskey flask and take a shot.
Oh, good, a 2-for-1 sale. I suppose so. 5th Avenue, where it ends. He didn't give me a building, but I'm assuming he's the type of person that will know him once we see him.
I agree.
And what's the name of this individual?
Ha! Funny you should ask that. I'm presuming Wu, I'm presuming Capone, but I am also not in the line of business to presume anything until we get there. But we got a job, and it's not beating each other up, so...
Wu Capone. Italian.
Must be on his mother's side.
Maybe his middle name is Wee. He's Woo Wee, Capone.
Who's on first? All right. Ogden, is your driver available?
He always is. And I'll give him a text to bring the car around.
What was his name? Was it Bruce? Or Shane?
No, it was Shane. Yeah.
All right, Shane takes the car around. I'm assuming everybody's filing in.
We're heading to the end of 5th Avenue, whatever that means.
I imagine
believe
we're just
I
going to
know
find
just the
one
place
side
to-
of Fifth Avenue and find out where the numbers get bigger to smaller, or smaller to bigger, right?
You know, he didn't say if we were looking for the bigger or the smaller end of Fifth Avenue,
Yeah,
but I'm
you're
going
right.
to assume the beginning of the numerical order. Let's assume smaller rather than bigger.
Okay.
Bam. He opens the door. Guards the new member. Please, right this way. I believe I know exactly where.
You're a man of many talents there, Shane.
Appreciate it, sir.
I kind of blow him a little kiss.
Tries to hold composure. Drive down to what looks like a way station, but it's been long abandoned. It is the end of this. It looks like the road used to be built right. The road should be. To anyone who knows Chicago, I told.
I'm going on Google.
Don't fact check me here. This is part of my world, Darkness, Chicago.
I mean, if this doesn't scream 1920s mafiosos, I don't know what does.
So the way station clearly hasn't been used many chained up. However, it appears one outdoor light pulls up, marks the. I believe.
That would be it. Go around the block and wait for us.
I would also recommend leaving the engine running just in case.
Problem I up before. Drives off. So, what's your approach?
I think I'm going to do my aerial view.
I imagine we're meant to just stand underneath the light.
So, Father O'Shea, does that require a roll? Your aerial view?
Yep. Requires a rouse roll. I got a 7, so no hunger increase.
You don't see anybody. Not even almost people in the alleys. Seems rather abandoned.
So when do you want to look inside?
Is it dark inside?
It is, however, rather off.
He's expecting us. I would probably say the best thing to do is probably just to wait in the open. We gotta be as authentic as possible, right? If we look like we're not trying to break in, or if we're not trying to look for him, he'll look for us.
I agree.
And I turned to her with my eyes completely black, no sclera or anything. I'm like, there's nobody in the area either. I can assure you.
You can see that there's 3 trucks driving towards you. They don't make a secret. Nobody else drives down this alley. Headlights on, they're stealthily. Drive right up. Shadowy figures come out of the trucks. The headlights are high beams, are all in your eyes, that you can't quite make out who they are.
Not the same shadowy figures we just fought last week, I hope.
Nope, these shadows, just the contrast of high beams. Actual shadows.
Just making sure, because those things were a bitch.
Oh darn, if only one of us had their senses projected elsewhere.
Just lost Harry.
He said he had a sound issue. He will be right back.
Okay. Asking around
So
for the Capone gang.
That would be me, if we're being precise. How are you doing tonight, gentlemen?
Just peachy. How about, tell us who you are. All of you.
Well, I'm Father O'Shea. And you are?
I'm Dr. Joseph Murray, and my friend here is Harry.
Hello. Oh,
there
shit,
he
my
is.
webcam. The fuck is that? Just a
Little
minute.
dog.
Yes, it used to be a GIF of the dog shaking, and it was like a really flowy thing, but then I decided I didn't want to pay for Discord Plus or whatever.
All good. It's the new face of your company.
So somebody made a vampire Pomeranian.
Seems like something Chronicle would do.
Not gonna lie, I'm fairly certain that was in at least one horror comedy movie.
That would be Blade Trinity, and the line making fun of it was by Dane Cook, I believe. No, not Dane Cook. It was, shoot, what's his name? The guy who played Deadpool.
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds is the one who made fun of it.
Welcome back. We just got approached by a bunch of Mafia members who demanded we introduce her.
Oh, well, hello. My name's Bogdan Gregorian. I am a businessman. I'm sure you've encountered some of my establishments before.
And I am the one who made the phone call. I am Charlie Lockhouse. I believe, at least I'm hoping, I believe that you may be familiar with several of my art openings I've done in the area.
I see. Well, looking for a job?
Aye, that we are.
We're looking for a very specific job. We need to make $10,000 in 1 week.
One could call it a business venture, really, if we're being completely honest.
Hey, we need to start up a fund for the widows and orphans, you see.
See, you're desperate for some cash. I see. Yeah, we can probably come to an arrangement.
We hope so.
So, what would you say your specialties are?
David, can we tell if they're kindred or not?
Do you have any particular ability to tell if somebody's kindred?
Really good.
Would I be able to use senses to hear their heartbeat?
Ooh, good idea.
Yes. Does that require a roll, or do you just turn it?
I believe that one's just a turn on.
Turn on. There we go. No. None of them have beating heart.
Real quick, how does the Capone gang fall in line with the prince and everything? We're not doing anything by working with them that would upset Damien. Are we?
From what I've read, the Capone gang handles white collar, while Kevin Jackson, most of his stuff has to deal with the Latin Kings, the Crips, Bloods, etc., the street level gangs. So they don't really cross paths, but Jackson does not like the audacious attitude of the Capones.
All right, because I know you just did that whole thing to get into good ties with them, and I don't want to, then do this, and then all of a sudden we're going to get set back a whole chapter.
Yeah, there's a distinct reason I didn't mention that I'm a hound.
Okay, that's probably a good idea.
So, this being a surprisingly politics-heavy session for there not being a... if you want to make a politics roll, I can give you a more...
Politics intelligence?
Yeah, for no...
I got 2.
Crit 4.
Yeah.
Impressive.
I really don't want to upset the prince for certain reasons. So.
All right, so it's known to you that Prince Jackson, while he doesn't approve of the Capone gang, he has not taken steps to stop them. For instance, they sort of run more free and open in the modern Knights since Loden has fallen.
Okay.
Jackson took over. It's not that he likes that they do. It's that he probably wants to consolidate his base and embrace resources. Considers not going to actually interfere with his power.
Yeah, makes sense.
All right, since they asked what our specialty is, I let my eyes go black again, and I say, well, you see, I'm one of the Sombra. My buddy here with all the jewelry is a killer with a knife. The doctor's a sorcerer, if you can believe in that hocus pocus. And I'm fairly certain the painter has a skill or two as well.
My skills are my own, gentlemen, but for at the moment, let's refer to me as the mouthpiece of the operation.
All right,
You did make the call.
3 heavies and a mouth. Gotcha. So, yeah, I think we could come to an arrangement.
Much obliged.
They step forward. They are wearing sort of an antiquated dress, suits. Nothing that you would necessarily. They're not dressed as old-timey gangsters. However, they're not modern. Seems that they're best to keep up with the times, but not quite succeed.
And if I could, I would like to, as a show of good faith, I would like to take off my jacket to show that I myself am unarmed.
Okay, take notice.
Is this something we're doing?
I'm not going to take off my jacket because I am, in fact, armed.
I don't expect you guys to. I just recognize.
Really?
I recognize that I know I'm unarmed. I don't know what you all are carrying, but at least if someone takes off their jacket, it's a show of good faith.
I am the weapon.
Yeah,
To
that's
be-
what it says in vampires.
To be frank, I'm hoping that you all have my back in this.
Absolutely.
Hey, yeah, if that needs to be done, I do as well, and people can see that under the frock I have not only bullet scars from my mortal days, but I'm heavily tattooed.
I'll just open up my jacket, showing the sets of knives concealed within, and then close it.
All right.
I'm a doctor.
Annie's a doctor. I've got a job.
I believe you said 3 heavies and a mouthpiece?
Yeah. I have a job just for that type of crew. And he will explain it after we take a short 5-minute break. That-
All right.
back to Blood City, Chicago by Night Chronicle. Our coterie has come in contact with Capone gang, yet still surviving via all being kindred. Al Capone gang. Al Capone's been out of the picture for quite some time. However, these members are about to get free aid. Yeah, so 3 heavies and a mouth. I think I've got the exact job for you. Hey, Gaunt Man, come out here. See from the truck, there's one figure who didn't come out earlier. Very thin, tall, really doesn't have many strip parts to their face. They're very. I think that this would be that would easily cosplay. Walks forward. So. Yeah, what's that that job you wanted us to do? Something with a house? See what's good. Yeah, you got it. It's like your mind reader, man. Evening.
Yeah, good evening to you too.
Top of the evening to you.
I just give a nod.
Have problem. Certain individual. I would prefer guns. Go in. I suppose that would do. Building. Completely vacated. 3 different kids. Asking anybody. Very own.
And have they been granted this from the prince?
Belly down. Specific. Individuals don't see the chance. Yeah, slim like you, right, Gaunt guy? Seem amused.
And if I may ask, are we going to be stepping on any other toes during this eviction process, if I may say?
Think. Side. Domicile. I'm sure they can find.
Could we not just buy them out?
If I've tried. It's best if you leave me.
All right. Well, give us the address and any information you have on them that we can help use against them or for the situation, and we can talk amongst ourselves and see what we can do.
Right here.
Did you look up this
All right.
address, or is this another magic address?
This is written in Chicago folios. So
Ooh, it might be a real one.
it might be a real one, maybe. I assume so. A lot of research.
All right.
Either there, or they could luck out like Marvel did. Marvel listed the address of Peter Parker one time, and it turned out in real life there was
I
a
don't
Peter
know any
Parker
Marvel.
living there. Oh, that was out of character. I'm sorry.
Oh, out of character? What characters are you talking about?
Sir, if I may ask, and obviously this may be stepping way out of bounds, but what is your skin in this property? If I may, just out of curiosity to know what we're dealing with, of course.
I want that to be paying for.
Understandable.
How about in what state should this property be in when we leave? Do you want it as is, or is this if we demolish the building, that's fine?
For the sake of subtlety.
Okay.
But, material.
Okay. That'll help.
Are there any other details?
Do you have the identity or the clans of the vampires involved?
Yeah, that's a good one.
You. Emperor. And capable.
Traitors in what way? Just curious.
I do not own such treachery.
Are we going as far as to suggest that they have committed diablerie?
Mm-hmm.
I think he's referring to the fact that the Tremere are one of the only clans not made by Cain.
All right. All right.
Them and the Giovanni.
I'm not familiar with that one, but I'll also look at that later.
It's probably for the best you're not familiar with the Giovanni.
Hey,
Please, please. Stop saying.
I share your sentiment on that one.
Okay, so we have an address. We need to go acquire it for you. Do you have a time frame for us? Obviously, our time frame's a week, but what is your schedule?
Gives you a stare. Yeah, Gaunt over here doesn't want anybody to waste any fast as possible. I said we can just go in shooting, but get a disagreement. We'd like to see how you guys can do.
Yeah, well, we'd be more than willing to take a look for you and try to find an alternative to shooting, at least to start.
Hey. If nothing else, we can see if we can, shall we say, box them off and ship them out.
Check up on your stuff. Yeah, you know what? If you get this done, we'll might have some other jobs for you.
Thanks.
All right.
Yeah, depending on the circumstances, we might be able to do that.
Well, we got our. We'll keep an eye on you. So long.
Take care.
Gentlemen.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Pack up, get back in their trucks and drive off.
Okay. Morally, does anyone have any problems with this? I can't think of one as long as it's
Yeah, I'd rather not burn people out of their home.
Well, yeah.
We also have to uphold the traditions. We have not been granted the right to put these vampires to the
Okay, good note, good note.
So we could put them in torpor and literally box them up and ship them out. Have them wake up and be somebody else's problem.
I guess that is an answer, yes. We should probably go scout out the area and see what the situation is to begin with, I think.
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are all in favor of heading in that direction now?
Yep.
Hey.
Cool, let's head off.
All right, I'll shoot Shane as text and have him come.
Shane goes ahead and drives the limo. Where to, sir?
I'll give him the address that we were given.
Shane drives down. Well, once upon a time, it was fairly large. Right now, definitely serviceable.
On the way, I'm going to turn to Bogdan and ask, do you happen to have a spare shirt? I'd rather not have anything coming back on me or the church or the city.
I don't believe I have one in the car.
Hey,
None that would fit you, at least.
Well, I'm not that big of a man.
Nah, well, mine are all tailored as the fit.
Hey. Well, I'll just work with the undershirt and drop the collar then.
All right.
Yeah, it's hard to not recognize the priest,
yeah.
hound of Chicago. I'm gonna have to drop some points into fame at some point.
Yep.
We might consider looking at the property values in this area because it all looks pretty run down. If we do want to buy it out, at least have a back end, some not. Though we don't want to spend too much money because then it defeats the purpose of getting paid for this job.
Well, I think the purpose was the boon and not the money itself.
Yeah, but if we don't make enough money to double the money, then we don't get the boon.
If all else fails, we can sell off organs.
So I've done some research into that and got in trouble. So careful.
Right. So when we get there, is what kind of lighting situation is there?
Near Main Street, fairly well. Like there's lights on. Say this is a particularly shadowy area, however, so you can find.
But I don't have my usual carte blanche.
Right, you're not in a blackout zone.
What are you thinking, covert?
Of course.
And I think we should stick together, to be honest.
All right.
Especially if this Brewha is as capable as they say. And with that,
That's actually one thing I was thinking about. A Brewha, a Thin Blood, and a Tremere. Is this unusual? It feels very unusual to me, but I generally don't associate with many people outside of my comfort zone, we'll say.
Sounds to me like the start of a bad joke.
Sounds like a coterie crossing the wrong time at the wrong place. I'm going to activate prowess just in case, and apparently I gained hunger on that one. I'm going to say a little prayer to myself, use my lore sheet to lower the hunger back down.
Well, worst case scenario, me and Harry there can knock on the door and act like we're interested in buying the facility, just renovate it back into a hospital again.
Not 100% sure who this Harry fella is, but if you're referring to me, then then I suppose I have a bit of a reputation of being rather convinced.
Yeah, so we could do the covert thing, get some information, see what's going on around here, and then if we want to try a more front-end approach, we can try that, and that'll be less violent as well.
Hey, and if you do end up buying the place, you can always open a private practice.
Absolutely.
We have to give it to them. You can't keep it.
Yeah, that's true. I forget.
What do you do?
Should we just talk, or do you guys have a plan?
You want to do the covert first?
Yeah, I should probably. It's a big building. I can't do my little scout trick.
All right. So here's my idea. You go scout. I'll hang back. Perhaps shoot me a text if you need me to give him a knock.
Did you forget the part where I can't text?
Well, you don't have to go alone.
Hey, that's true. And I turn to Charlie, do you have any special ability to...
Could you repeat that one more time? You cut out.
I'm sorry if I'm not asking this before, but I don't even know your clan. Do you have any ability to scout or anything?
So I am natural. I'm actually appalled that you couldn't tell, my good friend. I'm of the clan Toreador, and I mean, can I actually, out of character, can I possibly use Cat's Grace for scouting?
Yeah, I believe so.
Ought to succeed at any balance dex roll out of combat. I can definitely see where that would come in play with a broken down.
It would help with balance if, let's say, you're trying to scale the wall or
Not trip over something.
That's what I was thinking. I was wondering if I could go around the back of the building, activate Cat's Grace, and then maybe climb up the side, find some footholds. If it's an old building, I'm sure I could dig my fingers into some of the concrete and make my way up. Most old buildings like this have what I'm assuming skylights for aesthetics, so I could see if I can climb up the back and look in, see what I see.
Yeah, if you want to break in, just climb your way up to the top or whatever. Make an athletics dex check. Cat's Grace will it will make it easy. So any success will just get you in there.
I'm going to bound after her, kind of a more strength-based climb.
I'll never not be impressed by that.
Five successes total.
So I made my way up the side of that building.
Cool.
Okay, so I could say I take my jacket back off, leave it in the car. I kind of quietly make my way around to the back of the building and just start kind of moving up a bit.
Am I the only one not seeing her rolls?
Yeah, I don't see him either, I don't think.
I don't see. You see them?
Yeah, I do. I don't know what's going on. Give me just a second. Let me see if I can refresh the Roll20 page.
In the meantime, so the two of you, your grace, bounding strength, way to the top of the building. Yeah. Hatch at the top of the building. Locked that far up. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm just waiting for a text.
Yeah, I'm
sitting in the
out
car.
Glamorous.
For the sake of propriety, would you like me to re-roll those, just so we can keep everyone honest?
We'll just say 60. That's crazy. Top of the building. Are you guys, what's the plan?
Enter the building, kind of sneak around as we can, and if we can, I'll whisper to her. Now, you seem to be able to pick up on the Capones. Are you able to hear or see or something to tell who's a vampire and who's not?
To an extent, depending on what I can do, I can hear heartbeats. I can't hear heartbeats. I can smell things very well. It all just kind of depends on what I'm trying to accomplish at the time, of course. Also, a lady never reveals her secrets.
Mary, Mother of Jesus. All right. Well, either way, we need to be able to tell where the kindred are and where they're not.
I can try. I don't know what my range is. I haven't tried anything this far up or this far away, but I can tell. I mean, so the issue is that if we're listening for heartbeats, if there's none, we're still not going to be able to tell. But I can try to listen for footsteps. If they're heavy footfalls, at least I'm assuming the thin blood, I would be able to at least pick up on them.
Oh, that's true. The thin blood would have a heartbeat still. Well, we can go door by door, and I'll dominate them to make them leave if they're more.
Can I go ahead and activate heightened senses again? I don't know. I probably can't have Cat's Grace and heightened senses at the same time though, right?
Actually, you can.
Yep, you can have them both up.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and activate heightened senses specifically for my hearing to see if, like heartbeats, footfalls, hopefully no one with a loud ghetto blaster goes past with their car.
Okay. Draw in. Listen. Picture yourself traveling down cutting out everything else, all the extraneous. Here, someone is scraping on another room. Here's someone subtly flipping pages. And deeper down, you can hear someone going to town on a like loud bam, bam, bam. But the human ear, acceptable. About 3 floors.
Is it safe to say that the person on the punching bag is on a floor lower than the people reading and scraping dishes?
Yes.
Okay, Father, I've got 2 people on 1 floor. It's hard to tell who it is. But if there's a punching bag about a floor below, and I'm assuming it's safe to say that may be our Bruja friend.
I'd take that bet myself. Well, how about you point out the ones that you can hear, and we'll clear out this floor and move on to the next.
Sounds like a plan.
And with that, we'll go to whichever room she points out, knock on the door, and try to get them to answer the door politely and hit them with Dominate as soon as.
Okay. Go down several. You find that the same room, scraping on the dishes. Also, you go ahead and knock on the door, and the door opens. Gentlemen, Beckett, what are you doing in my home?
Leave this building.
Now, I do
Sylvia.
have I do have a question. Does that, with me having heightened senses on, and would his dominate affect me at all, or?
You would have to maintain eye contact.
The only one of my abilities that does not need eye contact is my forget ability, and even so, I have to direct it willingly at you, and you would be able to resist.
So
I was just checking because of heightened sense. I wasn't sure what that would have looked like.
And to anyone who's not under my power, it just sounds like normal talking.
So what's the role for the dominant power?
If they were not prepared for it, it's automatic success. And
That's even
if
they're
they
prepared?
are,
Yeah, I thought it was just unprepared humans who you auto.
yep, you're right. Hold on, I'm pulling up the. Charisma and dominate versus intelligence and result. Crap, I'm going to use a willpower.
Hi.
Yep.
Actually, I think you should leave. He does the exact same power back on you.
Oh shit!
Ooh, this is going to be fun.
What was the stats? Charisma and
Charisma and dominate versus my composure result.
fails. He's a bit perturbed. Did fail. Like, see? This is what we get. Unwelcome guests. And this is the first thing they do. Try to use their powers against us.
Hey, I'm just trying to solve problems before they begin.
The other individual puts down what they were doing. Mainly that they were using brass instruments. Fluid on them. Grinding. Mixture they were making. Were able to, even without heightened sense, know that there's blood. And well, who are all you then?
An invested party.
I kind of give her a tap and like a hand motion to, you might want to text them and get them to our location. This went south quick.
Clarence, do you know who these people are? No, I do not. Oh. You, kindly explain yourselves. Invested party or no?
I kind of take a step back and start texting and allowing the father to handle the situation for the moment.
We have it on good authority that we need this place cleared out as peacefully as possible. So is there any possible way we can resolve this without having to dilute into fisticuffs?
Am I to understand you come into our home, try to aggressively take over? Now you're asking me to leave my own home. That doesn't seem very reasonable.
Well, we all make some mistakes.
Well,
So I finish the text message and I put away my phone and come forward. We are trying our very best. We do apologize. I know this seems very unsavory. I myself am not a fan of such vulgar methods. But it may be in your best interest, for the sake of not letting any blood tonight, to vacate and perhaps find a new haven of your own.
I'll go get Jen.
And who is Jen?
Our flatmate.
Hey, clearing everyone out would be very beneficial. Thank you.
So what was the text message you sent?
The text message was vacation or vacating of the premises in process, but we may need a little assistance.
All right. That doesn't seem like an immediate call for help, so I'm not going to bring any firearms. Just my knives, well concealed, and I'll go up to the front of the building and check if the door's on.
Yeah, I'll go.
So locked. I feel like it could be broken down. Whatever's
Okay, I'll give it a shove.
athletics check. Single successful, busted out. There you go.
All right.
You're in.
Brilliant. Now they should be in the upper floors, right?
I guess. I mean, it doesn't look like they came through the front door, so...
Then let's
we can
move. And I'm going to take off, like, sprinting towards whatever stairs I can find.
So you finally meet Jennifer. Comes up, wearing some sporty gear, fingerless gloves. See, we have guests. Clarence, why didn't you tell me we have a party? Guests were not expected. In fact, I might even say they're...
I only wish we could have met under better circumstances.
Aye, needs must when the devil drives.
Well, we don't want any. Please leave.
Only if you're coming with us.
Is that a threat?
No. It's a comment on what can be the resolution that we would accept here.
What are you talking about? Yeah, I think they're trying to evict us. Is that what I'm gathering? I'm Tim, by the
Prefer
way.
the term relocate?
Aye.
Okay.
For your own protection, you see. Yeah. Totally get to use that mafia term.
What do you mean, our protection?
Well, there's a lot of parties moving in Chicago lately. And frankly, we cannot guarantee that this place has not been under the eyeball of dangerous individuals. You have heard of the hunters running around, haven't you?
Activity has been increasing. Things have been getting dangerous. True.
And we've been around for a long time. And we'd hate to see people who are just getting settled in trampled for poor choice of haven. After all, there are quite a few places that are a little more under the radar.
So there's 4 of you. Why are you all here for us? You know us?
Not exactly. Like I said, we've been tasked to remove you from this place. A certain party has developed a significant interest. Now, we need to find a way to make this work. For our sake and your sake. So what'll it take to...
What, are we sitting on oil?
I don't know. It's not my job to ask questions.
I'm just told to just... My bad, go ahead.
I'm sure you're aware of how this works. We're given probably as much information as you yourself would be given in a situation such as this. All I know is I'm wearing Venti. I don't want to get it messy. I don't want you to be harmed either. I also don't want you to be homeless. But if I could encourage you to find another place, another haven to stay, I think it would work out for the best for all parties involved.
Okay, I'm gonna call for a series of rolls here. I would like Charlie to roll persuasion and charisma, like Father O'Shea roll subterfuge and manipulation, like Bogdan roll intimidation and composure.
I'm going to rouse the blood to raise my manipulation.
I'm going to rouse the blood to raise my composure by 1.
Actually, since we're all rolling, I'm not going to leave you out, Dr. Joseph Murray. Please make an intelligence alt roll.
Ooh.
Two success.
I got to roll like 10 die and I got 1.
3 successes.
Now I know that one went in, but I'm not sure. It's not showing me where the successes are. Am I in the wrong screen, possibly?
According to this, you have 4. You want to be in the chat screen.
Okay, yeah, do the... You might still be in the journals tab, that one.
Yeah, I was in there. It just, for whatever reason, took a second for the chat scroll to load. I apologize, but I see everything now.
Okay. Looks like we've got a lot of combined successes here. Dr. Joseph Murray, you don't get anything too spectacular. I'll do this in reverse order. It seems obvious to you that the one kindred who introduced himself as Tim, he wasn't making dinner dishes, he's actually practicing alchemy.
Oh, okay.
That's some side note, but nothing that hit you directly. Between the different arguments made, the three kindred look at each other and they're like, this is much more trouble than it's worth. Big city. I have no idea why you four want us out of this particular. All we could say is we don't appreciate it.
I wish we knew ourselves, but as a form of goodwill and good conscience, could I possibly get you guys in contact with a good realtor, or as another way for you guys to relocate, or do you have that ability yourself?
You asking if I have an ability to contact one? Oh, we don't want your right, guys.
Are you sure about that?
I mean, if somebody wants us out of here, that means our position is compromised. Okay? If we don't wanting our place.
All right, you're along.
And we hope not to see you guys ever pack up and get it. Be out before the.
I understand that sentiment, and I apologize for whatever that's worth.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Really, thank you.
I thank you, and my grandmother thanks you. Very old Irish sentiment.
The character Tim around trying to figure out which one's grandmother. Gets it. It's like, okay.
Ogden's the grandma.
Yep.
My grandmother also had a luxurious beard like that too. I can understand.
So it appears
All right,
you've
you
accomplished it.
wanna? Yeah.
We still need to empty out all the kind.
That'll be easy.
Oh, there's
I'll call.
nobody else here.
Oh, no one else. Brilliant.
Oh, see. I went in guns a-blazing thinking I was going to run into humans.
Gentlemen, if I may, can I recommend that perhaps we wait in the car while they vacate, just to give them a little bit of space, and we can contact our being per se and let them know that the job is mostly complete?
That's a good call.
I agree.
Okay, so
We should probably hang around and make sure they actually leave, though. Yeah.
Correct. I was just recommending we wait in the car so we're not breathing down their necks.
I'm going to wait on the roof instead.
So you contact your contact. They show up. It's just one truck this time. Gaunt man walks out. Driver stays. Knocks on your window.
I'll roll it down.
Job is done.
The building's yours.
Oh, did you?
We
said
had a polite
please.
word with them.
So they. Oh, I want.
They don't know you wanted it.
Fireman. Here.
They seemed more interested in the fact that their cover was blown, more than the fact that somebody else wanted this. They didn't want people poking around to what they were doing, it seemed.
As is understandable. Everyone wants a privacy.
Yeah.
Out of thin air, the tall individual hears a tosses it in the vehicle full of cash. Your payment.
I'll fan through it, see how much it is.
Can we confirm that this isn't going to disappear at the next full moon?
Of that. Our business.
All right, then. Have a nice...
Likely will never recommend.
That's
you.
fine by me.
I'll recommend. They have.
We appreciate that. And it was a pleasure to be of service to you, I guess.
Gaunt man. Above vanished. Along with the truck that drove him there.
Not that it needs to be said, but I hope we never, ever have to deal with that horrid, horrid creature ever again.
Who's probably still standing next to you.
I'm sure he's heard worse.
Frankly, I agree.
And that concludes our session of Blood City, Chicago by Night Chronicle.
Yay!
All right.
Thank you all for playing. Thank you, Amber, for this being your first time.
This was lovely.
Thank you, audience members. Check this out every Sunday. A good one. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care, people. Bye-bye.